welcome to our show today. Today, I'm going to interview our 3 book review writers, Taiwan, Nikhil, and Aris. My name is Jansher Singh, and today I will be your host. Let's welcome our guests.
Hello. Hi everyone.
Hello.
So, I have called you all here because we want to know what reviews you've recently written on pretty large books, I'd say.
Okay then.
So, first I'll start with you, Nikhil, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So, what is your perspective on the book, The Giver?
I think that The Giver is a very inspirational book, as we find out that The Giver has very few descendants, and that Jonas, the main character of the book, is one of them. The story basically revolves around Jonas in his youth and in his adult life, around the topic of giving more than you get.
So, this is a very interesting topic. God's descendant.
Yes, it is. And there's a system in when you're very young. There's a system that families can only have 2 children, and that they have to go to pre-jobs before beginning their adult life at 18.
Interesting. So, what rating would you give this book? And by the way, this book reminds me of the book Hunger Games, right?
Yeah, in a way, because there's that age restriction rule about the reaping, and once you reach 19, you get out of the reaping. So I guess it's similar in that way.
And read the book Hunger Games?
Yes, I have. It's pretty
Good. I like it too. Well, can you give us a rating on The Giver?
Yeah, I would give The Giver an 8 out of 10 for its creativity, its thought processing, and its main topic.
Thank you very much. I really enjoyed your book review. Now, let's move on to Aris, our second book review writer.
Hello.
He's world famous book writer. Okay, so can you give us a little perspective on the book Hunger Games Mockingjay, right?
The book was very creative in how it shows political issues that make us reflect on our current state of the real world.
Interesting. Could you share with us the interesting scenes of this book?
Of course, my favorite scene is towards the end where Katniss and Peter are together after the rebellion and living with their children in District 12 back at their home.
Interesting. How does the author show that, that the political issues of the real world is really,
By
tough
setting,
on the side?
by setting the settings and the location very different from our world, with unthinkable events that happen to our characters, it makes us read with less bias and think in a different perspective.
Good. So, any disappointment you had while reading the book? Any changes you would like to make?
I was disappointed that the author made a character called Finnick die, which in my opinion was the most developed character in the story.
Yes, Finnick. What a shame. I don't know, but it's a fiction book, it's okay. Okay, now moving on. Before we move on, I would like to ask Aris to rate this book.
I would rate this book 7 out of 10.
Okay, that's pretty high rating. Good. Okay, so let's move on to Taiwan, let's ask you which book you have reviewed.
Okay, the book holds is about Stanley and Matt, surrounding the King remake. So it gives you the good example of the friendship and the justice, the step that the Stanley are getting after King remake, not illegally but legally, by the permission from the court.
Okay, so what was the conflict in this book?
So,
Tough question? Okay, let's change the topic. Let's move on. Is there any background information about Camp Greenway? Any history of it?
Oh, so the Camp Green Lake was actually a town where there's a big lake, and there's actually the book tells you about how did it become a desert where you only have two palm trees. And there's like other story background information about Camp Green Lake, like there's how does the Mount Thumb create it, and how does the character going on, and the history of Stanley and
Good, very good. So, would you recommend this book to me and the people who are watching the show?
I should think we will, because it is kind of like shows a good example of friendship and justice,
Good.
and
Very
you
good.
can learn something, and it has unique way of telling the story, because there's a story going on in the book, and the author does not show all the story in one chapter. It's just like part by part, like it shows one thing and the next and part by part.
Good. Please. So, does the book end with a happy ending or a sad ending? The movie was it different from the book, or was it the same?
So movie is kind of like similar. Yeah, it is like almost exactly the same.
And was the ending a happy ending or a sad
Yeah,
ending?
it especially means a happy ending.
So similar to the book, pretty similar. What rating would you give this book?
This is the very nice book, and I will give 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Yeah, because it got the reward of the Newbery Medal and stuff. And I really enjoyed this book reading it.
Wonderful, excellent. So, with Taiwan's last interview, we conclude our show. See you next time.